So if you could tell us your name and your major or field of study.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Dorothy Johnson. I am in the Industrial Organizational Psychology Department and the program. I am getting my master's and I will graduate in May. And so, yes, I've been working on my thesis, which is the effects of FSSB on work and health-related outcomes.
So if you could tell me a little bit about your research project.
Yes. So in a lot of organizations, they have benefits, family-friendly benefits such as on-site childcare, flex time, different things like that. And a lot of times they find that their benefits are being underutilized, which costs them time and money that you don't want to be wasting. And so what they found is they're being underutilized normally because of one of two reasons. Normally they are not advertised well enough, so the employees don't know about these benefits, or they have supervisors who are not supportive of the use of those benefits. So we ended up terming that family supportive supervisor behaviors. So the supervisors who do have those supportive behaviors with them, we found that they will have a workforce that has higher job satisfaction and higher affective commitment, which means they'll be more committed to their organization and overall well-being. And so when we were looking at past research, we found that a lot of times there were different mediators within the process. So we wanted to go ahead and look at this model down here. And so we believed that if there was going to be a supportive, if you had a supervisor who was supportive of the use of those benefits, they were going to have a more engaged workforce. And when a workforce is more engaged, they're going to have less work-family conflict, so they won't have the conflict between their family life and their work life. And they'll have higher work-family enrichment, so they are positive. The positive things that happen in their family may carry over to their work and vice versa. When that happens, you have a higher committed workforce, as well as they'll have higher job satisfaction and more subjective well-being. So we ran a path analysis, which is structural equation modeling, to look at this model with controlling for all of these variables, and we looked at direct and indirect effects. And we found that the model fit the variable very well. The only thing that we had an issue with was the work-family conflict only had an effect on subjective well-being. So we find that might be there may be a difference between the nature of the job. And we looked at faculty members at a community college. And previous research has found that work-family conflict does mediate this process between work engagement and subjective well-being. And we find that because of that, their sample was like a hospital sample. So the difference between a hospital sample and a faculty sample may have an effect on that.
So what would you consider your most interesting findings?
I would say the mediation between work engagement, because there was a lot of research already looking at the mediation of work-family conflict and enrichment between FSSB and the outcomes. And I feel like since work engagement does have that mediation effect, it would be really good to look at different mechanisms that are kind of like work engagement to see if they would end up doing the same type of thing.
So what was the most interesting thing you learned while doing the research?
My favorite part about this research was doing the structural equation modeling. I hadn't done anything this intense with statistics before, and I really, really enjoyed it. I learned a lot about the entire process, so I think that was my favorite part.
So tell me about your experience doing research.
Like past experience?
Sorry, I guess I should have clarified. Doing this particular research project, what was your experience throughout the process?
Oh, it was really good. I loved it. I had a great experience. I had a great committee. They helped me with everything. Whenever I needed anything or if I had questions, they were really good. And so I had a really good experience. I think the psychology department does a really good job at trying to make sure that they're looking at all angles. So if there are any issues, they want to make sure that they cover their basis. And I think that it was really well. It was really good.
So do you plan to continue this research in the future?
As of right now, we're going to have a follow-up survey with the same sample. So hopefully I will get to be a part of that. We haven't sent that follow-up survey out yet. So I hope I can continue my research, yes.
Awesome. Is there any other aspects about your research you want us to know about?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time, sir.
Hi, I'm Richard Osbaldiston. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Psychology.
Okay. And you said you had just one graduate poster here and 10 undergraduate posters.
That's right.
What's that like for you?
Well, that's a good question. It's busy, you know. As I understand it, part of our job is to encourage undergraduate students especially, but all students to be involved with the research process. And so I've tried to design my classes so that students get experience doing research projects that then they can then bring to present at conferences, academic conferences like this. It's extra work, frankly. It's a lot of extra work, but at the same time, I love supporting our students, and I feel like experiences like this are something that they can put on their resume that helps show that they're qualified, they're going to be professionals, they know what to do at the next step when they get there.
So would you say that each individual project is a different experience for you as the mentor?
Well, absolutely. Each project is unique and is different. We were just talking about Dorothy's project here, where she used a very sophisticated form of data analysis called structural equation modeling. And fortunately, not all of our students do that, but it's great that we can support them, those who want to. But yeah, the answer is all 11 projects I have here are all different and unique in their own way.
So what would you say would be the most interesting thing about watching this research as the mentor?
Well, definitely the most rewarding part of it is to just watch students grow. When you tell students, okay, we're going to work on this research project, and we're all going to go to a conference together, and you're going to have a chance to present your results, either a poster or whatever, to an audience of other other scientists. You can see that's kind of a fear response for many of them. They're nervous about that. They're thinking, "Oh my goodness, I don't know anything yet." Well, because I haven't done the research, and I don't know what this conference is like because they've never been to one before, and maybe they don't like public speaking or whatever. And so you can see at the startup, there's a lot of anxiety that this is inducing, and it's kind of like pushing them in the deep end almost. But after they get that first conference or that first experience under their belt, they are just smiling from within. You know, they're like, "That wasn't so bad. I don't know what I was afraid of." Many of them are excited. They can't wait for the next experience. And so it's very rewarding to see them go from that sort of place of being nervous and apprehensive to that place where they've really experienced some transformational growth and they're ready to go.
So what is your experience as a mentor specifically at the university level at EKU?
I'm not sure I know what you mean by that.
So research can be done in many places, right?
Right.
So what is your experience specific here at EKU? Is that more clarified? Does that help any? Maybe I'm not answering it the right way. Specific to EKU, right? Your experiences here at EKU. Would you feel you're supported to do all of this research?
I see. Yeah, I think the Department of Psychology specifically, but the university overall, is great about supporting undergraduate research. I just feel like when I talk to my department chair about what resources do I need, he's already on board and he's ready to help us. You know, the costs really aren't that great in terms of printing some posters and paying for some conference entrance fees. So it's really worth doing. It's not that the financial costs are that great. So the department and the university has been great in supporting that.
Well, thank you for your time. I wish you the best of luck in all of your future endeavors.
Great. Thanks,
Thank you
Danielle.
so much.